2 failed relationships. I really feel betrayed. At 32, I feel old, useless, and worn down. I'll try to put the pieces together. I fell in love with a girl after being friends with her for a year and got together as she liked me. Funnily, she was the one who asked me out. And we got together. It was a decade of my life. We were together for 10 years, starting back when we were just kids in school. We promised each other that when the time was right, we would marry. Even when she had to move to another city for her father, we held on. We waited patiently through the years, believing our time would eventually come. My father had married another woman and we faced so many problems together. But when the moment finally arrived to make it official, her mother rejected my rishta. Despite everything we had shared and the bond we had, she couldn't stand her ground. She couldn't convince her family. I was brain dead with shock. In my desperation, I threw away my pride and begged her to elope with me. 10 years is an eternity to invest in someone. I truly loved her, and I was willing to sacrifice everything to fight the whole world for her. But she said no. Instead, she asked for the impossible. She wanted me to stay in her life as just a friend because she couldn't bear to lose me entirely either. But how could I stay? How could I stand by and eventually watch her build a life with someone else? It would have destroyed whatever was left of me. It felt deeply wrong. So, with a shattered heart, I walked away. My parents kept on asking me to get married, but I didn't want to. I wasn't ready. 3 silent, agonizing years passed. Out of nowhere, a friend of hers reached out to tell me she wanted to meet. Her father had passed away. Against my better judgment, without a second thought, I traveled to her city. When we finally saw each other, she broke down crying over her father. But the grief quickly unraveled into a horrifying confession. She told me she had started drinking and doing drugs. I was paralyzed with shock. This was the same girl who had once made me promise to quit smoking because she hated it, a promise I had kept for her, never touching it again. I didn't recognize the person sitting in front of me. But then she confessed something more troubling, that she had cheated on me in the past, and that the man she had been with had abused her, beaten her, and even raped her. She had been forced to get an abortion. I sat there suffocating, not knowing what to do with this information. My heart broke for her. I held her and consoled her, completely lost on what to do. Then out of the blue she asked me to be intimate with her, to do things with her just to help her erase the nightmare she was living in. I was entirely uncomfortable.